Hi, and welcome back to Basement Banter. I know we've been away for a while. How you been, Corey?
I've been good. What's up, everybody?
The weather's beautiful outside.
Oh,
Everything's
beautiful,
going well.
beautiful.
This episode is, in fact, brought to you by Hip Real Estate, the sponsor of Champions.
That's right. Formerly Transfer Titans. Formerly
USM Titans.
And formerly
Just USM.
And before that, we weren't shit.
We sucked.
Yeah, we sucked in.
We sucked in our first year anyway. But definitely thank you, Angela and Bill, for sponsoring the team this year. Bringing home another one of these.
And a lot of these this year.
And a lot more of these. All right, in this episode, we got Corey talking about his top 5 apps for the iPhone and the iPad for the month. Corey has challenged me because we were thinking of a short topic to talk about who I thought my top 5 rock bands were of all time. Not individuals. Not performance artists, but rock bands.
I can't do the 3 fingers.
And we're going to make a trip to Joe D's Netflix queue.
I got you covered, Joe D. I got you covered this time, bro.
Right. So we're going to kick it off with Corey's top 5 apps here.
All right, guys. Top 5 apps of the month. I'm going to give you one for I'm going to give you 5 for this month.
Number one.
I can count this time. I can count the 5. All right. For games, for little silly games, I got a game called Eggs versus Chicken. It's basically eggs fighting chickens. It's stupid, but it's funny. It's a lot of fun.
Better than Angry Birds?
It's better. It's better than Angry Birds. I'm telling you, you'll be addicted. You will be addicted. It's very addicting. For sports, if you follow sports, you got to get the ESPN Sports Center XL.
Got it.
I love it. Yeah. I love the app. It always gives me my updates on all my local teams. You set your local teams up, and it's good to go.
Sure does.
It is.
Number 3.
Flyers and Sixers stink.
Flyers won yesterday. Man. 1 second left in overtime.
That's right. Ooh,
against the Penguins. Suck on it, Corey Jackson.
Hartnell.
That's right.
For entertainment, if you like going to movies and stuff like that, mine is Flickster. I use Flickster.
Have that as well.
I use Flickster all the time. There's my. You ain't gonna see this that far away, but that's what I use when I'm checking on movies and stuff. It's my Flickster. We might have to focus in on that.
Focus on this.
If you follow the news and stuff like that, and you're locally here in Philadelphia or even Potsdam or stuff like that, I have one called a CBS Philly app. It gives me all the updates of all the murders and killings and shootings and robberies and fires, police brutality and all that shit.
School closings.
Yeah, but it gives you all that stuff. Yeah, weather. Yeah, it gives you all that shit.
There are good things on there too.
Murders and killings. 187.
And shit.
Yeah. And my 5th one is my little wild card one. It's called Groupon HD. It's basically like the coupon one. It's the Groupon website.
Groupon, but it's for the.
And it gives you updates of like all the newest ones in your area. It's really good. I've used a couple of them so far, and I'm gonna put my little Groupon on there pretty soon. So it's for my DJ.
That's a big Groupon.
For my DJ. For DJ.
Oh, okay.
If you need me to DJ for you or show you how to use the Flickster app that you can't see.
Can't see.
So that's my 5 apps of the month, guys.
All right.
Turn it over, Jeff.
My top 5 rock bands. And when I asked Corey, I said, what do you mean by top 5 rock bands? Do you mean, you can't compare necessarily to the top 5 quarterbacks of all time because they have statistics and things like this. Now, bands do have some statistics with sales and number of albums sold and all that other good stuff. But, there's also the personal opinions that play into this. So mine's a little bit a mix of both. So I tried to please everybody.
Maybe I'll know a couple of these.
So number 5. Back in the early 60s, a little band came out of England you may have heard of. They had 5 top 10 Billboard hits. They had several songs that have been covered by modern bands such as Van Halen and Pearl Jam. I'm not talking about who you might think I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Kinks, a very underrated band for the time. If you compare the Diver Down Van Halen version, if you ever listen to the Van Halen version of You Really Got Me, which is overplayed in my opinion compared to the original,
you really got me,
and then you play the original right next to it, it holds up. I mean, it was hard, it was fast, it was ahead of its time.
I like the Kinks. Kinks are good.
Number 4, and this is one from my boy Ed Morris. He'll be very happy. It's not a band that I enjoy all their music on, but this is one of the reasons I have them on the list. They consistently change their music not to pander to the fans at the time, but because they know they need to keep it fresh. And they've played music in 5 different decades. They were formed in '76. So they've been playing music for 35 years, and they still look pretty young. I'm talking about U2.
St. Patrick's Day just recently, U2. I played a couple of their songs. I love U2.
They've sold 150 million records worldwide, 22 Grammys, which is a record.
So U2 was number 4.
Yeah. 18 Billboard Top 50 hits, and they played both Live Aid and Live 8. That tells you how long they've been around and been successful.
Eight concerts.
Everyone can name a U2 song.
Yeah.
Even Corey. Number 3. And
With or without you.
Number 3, this is a personal favorite of mine. Pink Floyd. I just got to throw it out there.
Pink Floyd, I love Pink Floyd.
Concept albums galore. In particular, The Dark Side of the Moon. It's such a fantastic album. It spent 741 consecutive weeks on Billboard's charts. That was 15 years. 1973 to 1988, it was on the Billboard charts.
That's as long as I've been singing.
That's still a record. And of course, everyone knows, you know, songs from the album The Wall. I'm actually privileged I get to see Roger Waters' The Wall at Citizens Bank Park in July. I can't wait. Number 2.
On the wall.
Another band I absolutely love. They are also a concept band. I shouldn't say a concept band. They have a lot of concept albums. The Who.
Who?
Exactly.
I like The Who.
They arguably have two of the top 3 performers at their instrument of all time, in Keith Moon on the drums and John Entwistle on bass. You have songwriting by Peter Townsend. His songs are still used today in shows. CSI.
Yep. Absolutely.
Who the fuck are you? Is the fucking song. They had 17 top 10 albums, 18 gold albums, 12 platinum, 5 multi-platinum. So, they're just unbelievable.
Yeah, boy!
Have a whole separate side for band number 1.
Uh-oh.
And no surprise to anybody, the Beatles. I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said? What can I say that hasn't been said about them already? I'm going to try. First of all, what some people don't realize, they were only together for 10 years.
Yeah.
Here's what they did in 10 years. Only 7 Grammys, believe it or not. 20 number 1 hits. Not top 10 hits, number 1 hits.
Damn!
7 diamond albums. If you don't know what a diamond album is, I'll tell you in a second. 24 multi-platinum, 39 platinum, 45 gold records. Gold records if you sell 500,000 copies or more of an album.
I got a Beatles song right here.
Look at that. And he picks that one.
I know.
Platinum is if you sell 1 million records. Multi-platinum is basically 2 million. Diamond albums if you sell more than 3 million copies of an album. That's insane. They've sold over 1 billion records from their catalog. Think of that, 1 billion. Paul McCartney's one rich-ass motherfucker because he owns the rights to every single song.
Rich bastard!
And he bought them from Michael Jackson.
Did he really?
Michael Jackson used to own the rights to the entire Beatles catalog.
Girl is mine.
No, she's mine.
Paul McCartney. Yeah. Ah, that's really good.
Anyway, since we're running short of time, I'm going to turn it over because we have a special feature. It's time for
Joe D's Netflix Q. All right, Joe D, real quick. I got two Netflix movies and a movie to watch coming out this week. Netflix Q. Number 1. It's called Let the Right One In. Now, the American title is Let Me In, about a vampire that moves next door to a kid who's being bullied.
Is it about a big bad wolf and a little pig?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
This little girl is mean as shit. But it's really, really good.
So it's Lindsay Lohan.
Don't do the American version. Do the foreign version. Let the right one in. It's much better. My guilty pleasure, oh no, Joe. I've just been watching Harlem Nights.
Shake my head.
I've been watching Harlem Nights now for the last, 2 weeks. Harlem
Nights is great.
Oh,
you switched up on me. You told me you were going to do something else.
I know.
I'm glad you went with Harlem Nights. All right.
Harlem Nights, that's my movie.
Can't go wrong with Harlem Nights.
And my movie to watch this Friday, Joe, if you get a chance, and everybody listening, Friday morning at midnight, 12:01, Hunger Games.
No doubt.
Go watch Hunger Games.
Looks
Go watch it. I actually watched it. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't watching it yet. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it at midnight too.
I'm sure you are.
Absolutely.
So coming up on our next episode, I challenged you to come up with your top 5 hip-hop/rap artists of all time.
I might come up with 3. All right, I'll come up with 5.
300.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple other things to talk about, and we'll come up with something.
Absolutely.
Probably no Joe D's Netflix queue, but we know Joe will be watching it.
Absolutely.
You freaking video whore. Until then, we'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy, guys.